Y'all need to get in tune because
It's a cultural conversation.
This is a cultural conversation.
It's a cultural
This
conversation.
is a cultural conversation.
Yo, it's your boy Steph.
And this Logic's what am?
That we motherfucking back, episode 58.5.
Yes,
Get that correct. Got it correct. We don't got a whole lot of different things, but we do got some shit that we might sit on for a second. So buckle up, tune in, and if you didn't, go ahead and subscribe right now on YouTube. Click that little button. It's gonna be located somewhere on here. It's my first time doing it. Don't kill me, okay?
And for that reason alone, they need to subscribe.
Yep, for that reason alone. Okay. First off, we got Bill Cosby getting out of jail. For the first time in forever, I don't got a lot to say. I usually be like, keep that nigga in. Man, I don't even give a fuck at this point, bro.
I have a lot to say on this, to be completely honest.
Go ahead.
So, okay, let's clear this up. He got out off a technicality, right? It's not because he's quote unquote innocent, right?
Oh, wait, before you continue, did, if I'm not mistaken, basically admit to all of that shit?
Yes, in a civil case.
Okay,
but
okay.
Yes.
Oh, it's just one case?
Yes, just one instance, not all of this. One instance in a civil case, and I think 05.
Get that correct, y'all. My bad, I don't mean to cut you. I'm gonna let you cook, but I want y'all to get that correct because there's somebody else I'm gonna get on y'all for doing this bad information shit too. He did that for one, not three, not for one case. So don't get on Facebook talking about he admitted to all this. I'm glad you said that. Go ahead.
Yeah. So with that being said, even the yes to that, it wasn't like, oh, I did it, so yes, sentence me or fine me. It was because it was, it was an admission, but it was an admission under the guise of, getting basically the easy way out, like a plea deal, basically. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't settled, but it was basically like on the terms of say guilty and this is gonna happen. Basically just to get it over with and like, yeah, I did it, whatever. And the ramifications weren't severe. And
that's how it work all the time, though.
Yeah.
So that's how it work all the time.
He could say, but even under that, even with this situation, he said yes under the guise of, that's what we did. Like we took drugs and had sex. Like it wasn't like he never said like I'm drugging women to take advantage of them. It was like we were taking drugs to have sex. Like that's what was going on. And
that is crazy.
But the thing
Bill
is,
Cosby just selected.
I know, right? It's like, but because it's Bill Cosby, it seemed crazy, right? But whatever. The celebrities live another life that we just can't understand, and I think that's a big factor into all of this shit. Like, we don't realize. We always look through this as a lens of a regular civilian. You know what I'm saying? We don't understand like the shit that these celebrities go through and the way women throw themselves at them and all that shit. And my problem with all of this is this believe all women stuff, G. The believe all women thing is very dangerous. Like it's just very dangerous, and I think that's a stupid ideology to go off of. Like people are supposed to be innocent until proven guilty, and we talking about a hearsay case. There's no facts or evidence of anything. This all he say, she say, and it's like believe all women. And she said he did it, and then it's like 60 women said he did it. He did that shit, and I'm just like, men. Anytime there's a crime committed with a man on a woman, he's guilty, and you damn near tarnished for life, no matter what happened. People still look at Chris Brown crazy with Rihanna, and she started the fight. And they were both in their early 20s. You know what I'm saying? And it's like Chris Brown still got that stain on him, even though Rihanna was the one that started the violence. Right. And you know what I'm saying? Bill Cosby's life is fucking ruined, the little bit of it he has left, because a woman said something and there's no proof of anything. And they started this believe all women stuff. And I'm like, everybody is supposed to be innocent until proven guilty. And what are the facts? and there's so much gray area and all this shit that people condemning him is just wrong to me. That shit is wrong.
It's what was I finna say? One was, so what is he in? He was in jail for like 3 years, wasn't he? What,
2.5. He had like a 3-year sentence.
But what was he in jail? What was he in there for?
Basically, he was in jail for the reason he's in is the reason he's out. He said yes to a case in a civil hearing. He said yes, and they couldn't use that admission in this federal case against with like all the other women and shit and all these accusations, and they used it against him later on, and they couldn't do that. That's illegal.
So when did he get charged for the civil case? Did he get charged anything?
It was that admission of like, yeah, we had drugs and had sex. And,
no, I'm saying also all he had to do is just like, what did he get charged? If you know, like,
yeah, he got charged for that. So that's basically open shut. You know what I'm saying?
So now I'm saying like, what was the like? What did he get, probation or something, or like?
Usually civil cases is a fine or some shit.
Okay.
Yeah. So that was supposed to be open shut. That's over with. They used that information to put him in jail now for this new shit. Mm. And that's what they couldn't do. That's what that was.
Well, if they couldn't do, how the fuck did they let it?
That's what I said. I said, why did he even go there if that information?
Like, if anything, he should be suing the judge. Then
he can sue. He can sue.
Cause I mean, look, listen. Like I told y'all, I don't really hold no stands like he should be in jail, he should be out of jail. Like that's what I meant by I don't care. Like it's just, if that nigga in jail, he in jail. If he ain't with me. But like listening to you talk about it, I'm just like, well, how the fuck did the judge just sit there and be like, yeah, I know you really can't. You really can't do no, what is it? No double jeopardy type of shit. Yeah, I know you can't. Not, even though that ain't what it is, but I can't. I know I can't use this evidence. Fuck it. This is the evidence we got. Like, how did this happen? That's
I don't even know.
I ain't gonna say more than Bill Cosby or nothing like that, because I don't know, man. Like, I don't know. I don't know if he fucked nobody or if he didn't. It's just somebody saying that they did, and it's just like, ugh. But how did the judge just pass that? I wanted to say the judge doing that is a little bit more interesting than this.
No, but for real though, I don't.
What the fuck else did this judge do?
I know, right? Because it's like, how did he get sentenced off of something he literally by the books can't get sentenced by? That makes no sense to me.
Do you know where the judge was at? Where the court was at? Do you know what state? If you know,
because I'm sitting thinking, I don't know. He went to jail in Pennsylvania, but I don't know. He went to jail in Pennsylvania. That's what I do know. That's
whatever county that is, man. I'm praying for all the black people.
Yeah, that's fucked up, because I that's what baffled me. I said, how did this happen? And you know, motherfuckers is on Felicia Rashad ass like, how could you?
Bring her up.
Yeah, and I'm like, bro, think about it. When you know somebody on a personal level, and this first of all, this ain't open and shut. No matter how you want to feel about it, if you take your feelings out the equation, this situation ain't a clear-cut situation.
Right. So ain't no friend really.
Right. So if she's known this man for half of her life and she doesn't feel that way, why wouldn't she support him in a situation where there was an injustice?
Yeah, look, it ain't gotta be injustice. Look at when DJ Rashad died, right? And everybody knew it was over a drug overdose. You got some people like, damn, I know Rashad. This nigga DJ Spin got on Facebook. He said, "Stop saying anything bad about my brother. Yeah, I don't give a fuck about the drugs and shit like that. You're not finna badmouth him. This somebody I've been with for forever. Y'all, cause he did drugs and this. Nobody's gonna sit there. It's like if any situation happened with any of my homies, then I wouldn't say shit. If homies do it all the time. If your homie girl call you talking about some cheating shit, if your man's call you before her and say, lie, you gonna fucking lie. You gonna fucking take your man's side, man. You're not just gonna dump him off. Honestly, he wasn't with me. Check his phone again. Check under a name named Nathan. That's her. Like, come on, man. Be for real, man. Like, then fucking the mom off of Fresh Prince, she's like, really, Felicia Rashad? She's like, really? Yeah, bro, look, let me tell you.
I didn't see that.
So funny, bro. Like, there was like, she was like, really, Felicia Rashad? She was like, you know that she's like, you know, like, I've known that there's other women that didn't come forward. Red flag right there one way is because, like, well, I can't really say, but the streets was saying there was like, well, if you knew Felicia, then why didn't you say anything? And I was like, yeah, but I looked at it through Felicia's eyes, and I was like, yeah, I mean, not Felicia, the mother from Fresh, but you know her name.
You talking about Janet.
Yeah. She was the one that came at Felicia Rashad. Okay. And I was like, well, I kind of see it from her eyes too. Like, that'd be a sticky situation for me, especially when you got Will just fucking ended your career. Like, you might be in the dumps. But there was like, wow, you want to say something right when Will bring your career back. I was like,
oh, God.
One call will take all this shit right back. I was like, yeah, man, you of all people shouldn't have said nothing. You shouldn't have said a thing, man. Mm-hmm. But yeah, that was cooking her talking about she lucky she disabled her comments and shit. Like, all she said was she happy he free, man.
She disabled her comments?
Hell yeah. That was
I didn't know. I didn't know.
Yeah, matter of fact, that's when on TMZ that was like the headlines. It was like Felicia Rashad disables comments.
Nah, I mean, and that's the thing too, bro. I also feel like women, think about it, bro. Like, I don't want y'all to think this is a bash woman session or this podcast in general, but we just spitting facts. From your observations, when women do stick up for black men, they do get a lot of backlash if women don't agree. If there's a large majority of women that don't agree with something a guy did, and then there's a woman that tries to stick up for him, they chew her the fuck out.
They do that shit to every Kevin Samuels interview. Everyone that
these women are stupid. These women ain't got no self-esteem.
You a pick me, bitch.
You a pick me. I'm like, she a pick me, but she fuck around and married, and you not. Bro, that made me, that's another thing I saw. I'm in this like black coalition group that's like talking about stocks and making money and you know, black investment and stuff like that. There was a woman that said, from all the men that are married, can you leave why? What about your wife made you choose to marry her or something? What did your wife do or something like that? Bro, the first comment I saw, this girl was like, all I'm seeing is niggas talking about what they wife did for them. Bro, men can't even talk about why he wanted to marry his wife, and y'all still got a problem?
She said, he knew he was supposed to pick me.
It was like, all I'm seeing is what they did for you. Nothing about who she is as a person. Excuse me. Maybe what she did speaks to who she is as a person.
That's always what set the standard.
That's all it takes.
I remember when you first got your girl, you was texting me, you was like, man, she do this and she do this and this and this. And obviously the other ones wasn't doing it. So
it's like, man, obviously she's doing, and they took it as like, I'm more than a maid, or I'm more than somebody that can just save a nigga or whatever the fuck. I'm like, well, you won't be married because you think you ain't supposed to do shit, clearly. Like, that's like, I don't, if you want to be, and clearly you're not married, because if you're married, you're not angry at anybody else's reason for being married. You feel me? So it's like, well, you feel that way, just don't get married if you want to be. And if you don't want to be married, then shut up. None of this concerns you.
Yeah, I was like, man, I ain't even gonna go to the topic, the general topic, but like, it's just like women, like, y'all say y'all want to be successful and stuff like that. This is not grilling all women. This is just the women that it's apply to. Y'all want to be successful, right? Y'all want to be successful. Y'all want to be earners and make this money, but y'all don't want to pay a bill. I have never heard of a successful person not wanting to pay a bill. Like, I have
Wait, is you talking about Ebony K?
No, not even just her. I'm just saying.
She said that shit.
She did say, she was like, I ain't paying them. And she the one made me think it. I was like, why would you want to be this successful and just be like, I don't want to pay? Like, I can't imagine the owner of anything in my house sitting here saying like, you know what? I'm not paying none of these bills. Like, what?
Like you said, though, if you want to make money and be successful, because right at that point, it's like, okay, well, what the fuck you want to make money for?
What did you be successful for?
Well,
you just want to have a bunch
if you want to be a stay-at-home wife and not work, then yes, that's what makes the most sense. If you want to be a stay-at-home wife and not work, yeah, you ain't paying no bills. You're not gonna get up and get a part-time job to pay bills, and that's fully understandable. But people like Ebony K, you in the upper 5% of earners.
Gee,
I don't get it, and then unless you drop everything, everything.
And then my thing is this: well, why were you on Ebony K? She was like, she was like, if you want to come home to a sanctuary, she said, the house smell good, cooked meal, and the kids is clean. And I'm just sitting there, I'm like, son, these are all life. I need more than the air freshener and regular life shit, okay? Because guess what? You're gonna want to go on a girl's trip. You're gonna want some time by yourself. While all y'all saying that's y'all go-to for why y'all don't want to contribute financial efforts to the house. Y'all go. I promise you, give it 2 years and you're not doing that. Go on TikTok. Go on TikTok and type in divorce. Click that hashtag. All you're gonna see is women telling their story time about I birthed 3 kids and I felt like I was alone the whole time. All he did was work, came home, said he was tired. I cooked, I cleaned. He never helped out. You literally asked for this. Literally asked for this.
Yeah, they don't know what they be getting in for. They don't know what they're asking. They don't know what they're asking for, especially with the man that's making a shit ton of money in a lot of cases. He's not at home, sitting there looking at you or whining and dining you every moment.
Man, look, y'all better lay off the successful the successful man or woman in a relationship. Gee, y'all gotta realize all that little shit y'all sitting here y'all want. It's just not gonna happen because they trying to make the thing success. They trying to make whatever they got
life
going successful
comfortable for you
and make it like you gonna have to sit here. Like I just told you that me and my girl had to make a deal where like one day out the week I just sit there and have the kids all day, no matter what, so she can go study and do her shit for school. Like right now. That's why it's a lot more quieter. They went somewhere. She's just like, all right, I'm just going to keep them for the whole so you can just do 2 of them. It's just, that's what we got to do. You talk to one of these fucking airheads, why you can't, they your kids too. You need to be coming to help and do this. That's not more important than they just find anything. Journey, how you getting a shelf?
Bro.
I was just being funny.
She was in the camera?
Yeah, she had got like in the little shelf portion. I was like, how you getting the shelf?
Oh,
but yeah, she good. No, you good. But yeah, it's just like y'all gotta realize like it's a 50-50 effort, and then y'all sitting here wanting this lifestyle. Y'all got sons, and y'all the ones complaining about these men. You're doing nothing but showing your son to be one of these fucking men. Yeah, not being able to shop, not being able to do laundry, not being able to cook, not being what the fuck? You want a retarded ass dude? And y'all say dumb shit. Y'all say dumb shit like you said, like you was just saying. This is a little bit different, but you were saying like women. Once women get hurt, say they got hurt, it's like men, you automatically believe it. But let a man say something, it's kind of like left behind. You know
or you'll be all right.
Or forgotten about. Mm-hmm. It's just like you get fuck what I was finna say. You get
put on the back burner.
No, man, what the fuck I was finna just go with this shit, man. The women raising their fucking kids. But man,
they
basically,
raising them
man,
to be the men that they don't like.
You raising them to be the man you don't like, basically, man. You need to teach them like all these life skills and shit. And y'all, first thing y'all want to do is run to back in the day. Gee, both of my grandparents was the ones that told me this shit that mattered, that made me different from other men that can't do shit. My my grandmother was like, "You ain't going outside till you remember this. You ain't going outside till you ain't going out. You know how to catch the bus to work. You remember I used to have to catch the bus to work." You remember in the summertime, my grandma had a car outside. She was like, you're not always going to have a car. You got to learn some shit. You know what I'm saying? And y'all got to teach these boys, man.
And it's funny. I'm the opposite of that. My mama refused to let me learn how to take the bus, and I wanted to type shit because she was scared. You know what I'm saying? I bet that's one of those things where you as a parent realize you probably didn't go the best route with certain shit. And I feel like I didn't know how to use public transportation and I didn't like it. I was like, I don't like my friends, everybody around me knows how to use public transportation and you so scared that you won't like, granted, I got to drive a lot, but that it's a balance, you know what I'm saying? Before that, it was like, first of all, I didn't get to drive as soon as everybody else. On top of the fact, you ain't even let me learn how to use public transportation. So it's just like, you held me back some. I couldn't even help. If I had a girlfriend, I couldn't even tell her how to get to me. If she didn't know already. You know what I'm saying? If she didn't already have that information, I couldn't even tell her what to do. And that's not a good look.
I'm glad I had you because even though you started driving late, you was definitely the one with the wheel for us. we was moving. We was sliding in that fucking minivan. On my life,
minivan, boy.
We were sliding in the Honda, boy. We was out here, man. On my life, I mean, we went to Indiana in the motherfucker to somebody's fucking graduation.
Sliding to girls' parties and
everywhere.
graduation parties and shit.
We down need a picture of that motherfucker and hang it up somewhere. That motherfucker put us on so much shit. Even in the bald niggas up in there, motherfucker, all types of shit. But that's funny you said that because when I was listening to the wrong episode of Rory and Mal today, I was listening to both of them talk about like how they on the train and shit, and I'm just like, I got jealous, G. I'm like, I wish I could just take the train to work and shit. Because, like, traffic is disgusting. Like, my time about, like, I'm running across the street and and then I start thinking, I'm like, these New Yorkers really get on the train like that.
Yeah. And I'm just, people, New Yorkers don't have cars in a lot of instances.
They don't. And I was thinking, I was like, you know how crazy it is to see, Rory on the fucking, you just on the train, just see Rory.
See Rory on that bitch.
On the train. Like, yeah, who else I found out ride the train? Chris Hansen from Data Predator used to catch the train. And
Did you listen to him on Joe Budden? Oh, never mind.
No, I listened to him on Vlad.
He was on Joe Budden too recently. He was on Joe Budden.
But yeah, I did see him on there, but that's the reason why I didn't watch it, because I watched so much Chris Hansen. I was like, it's just gonna be regurgitated information from me.
Yeah.
But I did find out that that's how he found one of his predators before, because he used to catch the train with one of the dudes. Like he said, not how
he would see him all the time.
He said he used to talk to him every day on the train going home, and then he said
what?
The nigga in on the episode trying to come see a little girl. He was like,
wait, so he knew he was a predator when he was talking to him?
No. That my bad. I said that wrong. Chris used to talk to him every day going home on the train.
Oh, and then he said found
he doing the predator thing. And he said the nigga shows up at the house on one episode, and I looked at the episode, and Chris, I don't know if they was really acting, but it seemed like, because he said this on a lot of interviews, so I'm assuming it's real.
It's probably real.
Like, it wasn't like a regular. He was like, don't I know you type of shit.
What the hell?
He was like, no. And Chris was like, I do know you.
Damn.
And that was crazy. But I was like, just imagine you just on a train in New York and you just see regular niggas. Could you imagine seeing when Derrick Rose in Chicago, you should get on the L and Derrick Rose on the L. And
Derrick Rose just posted on that bitch.
Just like, bro.
It's so different in Chicago, though. You broke if you on public Nah, I don't believe that. But people act like
for some people.
Yes, people. The perception is if you're getting on public transportation, you broke in Chicago. For those that's not in Chicago, we don't believe that, because the shit can be very much so convenient for you depending on where you're going.
Non-Chicagoers, let me tell you a little bit about Chicago. First of all, you got to pay to go every fucking where. You got to pay. You want to go in a parking garage. You got to pay. You want to go on the street. The street fare be like $2 an hour. That's on a regular street. You go downtown, that's just like $5 an hour. You go to a parking garage downtown, son, $24, $25 a day. Even you go to a hotel. My brother was just here, went to a hotel, spent $200 in parking.
Wait, wait. The hotel didn't have parking?
You had to pay at this one. Pay at this one. Chicago, I'm explaining y'all, you don't have to have a car. Like if you live in certain areas.
In New York, though, you don't need a car.
You definitely don't, especially if you live in the 5 boroughs. Now, New York, outside of that, because I got
that's different. Yeah,
Syracuse and shit, the unknown parts of
New
York.
The other parts of New York, yeah. the seldom.
Yeah. And I don't know if y'all know, New York is not, the part of New York that we keep saying is really small. It's not that big, y'all. It's not that.
Talking about the biggest boroughs?
Yeah, the biggest borough, Bronx, New York. I mean, Bronx, Queens. The part we always seeing shit.
Yeah.
We think New York is not that large. That's why it's really okay to have a motherfucking no vehicle there. Because just like Chicago, you live in Wicker Park and shit, Lincoln, you have to pay extra to park on the street. Like, it's ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't have to have a vehicle here. So if you think, nigga, you meet a man, I'm only gonna say this because men not gonna give a fuck.
I feel like if you do live downtown, you definitely don't need to invest in a car.
Hell no.
You don't need to unless you want to.
I'm getting a bike or some shit.
Yeah, like if you live down there, hell no. Because all that car note could go towards wherever the fuck you living in your fucking loft.
You ain't lying. But women, if you catch a nigga on the bus, or doing public, get that man a chance still. Because I know men will still give women a chance, but
we will always, bro. Women, bro. I don't even want to go there. I don't.
Why do y'all set the standard so high for us, man?
I don't, bro. Listen. It's nothing wrong with it, but you got to be real with yourself. Yeah. That's the thing. Like if we made $500,000 a month, if we walk into Chick-fil-A and we see the baddest girl behind that register, bro, we would talk to her. But that's just because we don't care about what they care about, but they think we care about that same shit. And that's the problem. They think we care if they're a fucking CEO founder of a new makeup line. Bro, that's cool. But
you know what's crazy?
It ain't gonna be the reason I like you.
All this goes right back to when this podcast started, and you were saying like women was talking about some all I hear is what he do for me. That's the difference. Cause we don't need all that other shit. We just literally need the shit we like. That you may be doing for it could be as simple as, oh man, look, bro, you don't want to believe this, man. The bitch get the best paper towels ever. I ain't never seen a paper towel like this,
bro.
Man. Time go her house.
She show you a life hack, you be like, what? You know what I'm saying? Like a life hack, or even something like hitting you up like, did you eat
that's
today?
One of the gems.
Did you eat today? You be like,
yeah.
I never had a girl asking me if I ate today. Like,
yeah, and she actually bring you some cooked food, not no fucking meat. I had one girl like that, but I didn't fuck with her like that. Her whole family was nuts, so and that's where it ended. Like her mom would be cooking and shit. She'd be like, "Did he eat? Take him a plate." And then I didn't love her mom cooking either. So that was kind of
oh damn.
Yeah, but women, that's a hack. I mean, I know women like when men can like show y'all stuff, but I promise you, all this stuff that y'all don't want men doing. If you showed a nigga like a better way to do some shit like that, like a better way to do laundry or something. Like, imagine a girl telling you like a cold ass way to keep your white shirts white.
Yes,
you gonna love the
floored,
fuck out of her,
bro.
You gonna be like, what? Like, it's like, I don't know if you ever been cooking something. Your girl's like, no, do it like this, and then you did.
I was trying to think of something that she put me on before. She's put me on some shit before, but you do. You be like, damn. You know what? No, what with her and me is the parenting that she does is, because that's some shit we care about with women. Yeah. Like the shit that she shows me as being a parent, it's like that shit just it overwhelms you with like gratitude and like, this is why I love you. Like the shit that, and cause with a lot of women too, not all, but a lot of women is instinctual. Some of them learn the shit. For her, I feel like it's both. She had experience, she learned it, and I think the mother instinct. So I feel like she's just like the top notch of mothers. And you know what I'm saying? So it's just like, that's the type of shit that it's like, oh my God, like I can't get this from anybody else. You know what I'm saying? So, and that's what I'm saying. Like they think we care about money and your status and all that shit. I don't give a fuck about none of that shit.
This is why niggas love their grandma so fucking much.
Cause they so fucking motherly.
Exactly why niggas love their grandma. Cause there's so much caring, there's so much skill with the caring. You see, you just be like, oh my God, this is fucking God. This bitch. It's like, dude, I had when I first had my daughter, she was with her grandma, right? And Zoe kept crying. She said, let me see her. She put Zoe in the palm, her booty in the palm, like, and started lifting her like this and shit.
Hey, I've seen that before.
And I was like,
I've seen that before.
I probably turned around, I was like, she knows everything. like, dude, man, women, I'm telling y'all, this, we giving y'all the gems. This how you gonna get that dude is doing shit like this. It's like when you see some crazy shit, like my girl, her mom comes over, right? We just got random shit. We ain't got nothing to eat. This motherfucker going there get like spaghetti noodles, chicken noodles, broth, so a whole bunch of frozen. Throw the shit together. The best tasting what the fuck ever I've ever had. Yeah. I'm just like, oh my God, I see why she getting married, bro. I was like,
right, G is
y'all thinking air freshener and cleaning the house is making it a home. No, making that shit that we named is making it a home.
Making it a home.
The shit y'all named is life skills that we gotta do.
Right, like know? Like when I went to my sister birthday party, bro. One of her best friend, her wife, she it was just like, this is what, because the woman, of course, they both homosexual, and one was more masculine and one's feminine. And the dynamic was still there though between a heterosexual couple. Like the masculine one, she was there. She was having an event for my sister. They best friends. She a DJ and shit. Her wife is just like being a host of the situation, and it's like, this is the type of shit like men like, and y'all think it's like being a maid or some shit. But it's like, all right, you can feel that way, but men like that shit. And do you want a man or not? It's not because we're shallow, but that's the type of shit that we admire about a woman. Like, I have a fucking event and you're over here smiling in people's faces, you serving drinks, you making sure everybody comfortable. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're not really capable of doing that to the same extent.
Yeah.
You know, and
we couldn't do all of it if we wanted to.
If we wanted to.
Enjoy ourselves too. Yeah. It's like y'all expect that same energy from us. I give you a prime example. Everybody that got kids know that once your girl get pregnant, you got to put your foot down and do a whole lot more of something. You might have to. She can't move like that. She might be tired, depending on how her pregnancy went. It might have been rough, right? So you do a whole lot. Like I seen a joke on TikTok, and I sent to my girl. This girl was like, she was like, when your pregnancy started to go to your head. So her husband in there like cleaning up, right? And like the kid is right there, he feeding the kid, and she like, hey maid, she like. She's like, I see you with your maid outfit on, maid. What? I'm gonna send it to you, dude. I got the cracking up laughing, but it's just like y'all expect us to do all of that. You know what I'm saying? And not be in your ear like, I'm tired. I don't need this. You want us to do like have the same energy, like help
and at
us
that
out.
point, you're working too. You're still working because she might not.
Yeah,
be.
you are. Yep. And it's just like I seen this girl on Facebook talking about they had the classic discussion. If a couple of the homies come over, where you going? This girl gonna say something. I pay rent here. I'm staying right here. I'm just
so you're doing it just to be a dick.
You're horrible, right? You're so horrible. You can't.
I swear to you, that tells everything you need to know about a woman in that situation.
Yeah, I can see if it's just one-on-one, like your girl come over with you. Like, of course we may fucking be like, we might play the game. Like when we get a house, granted, we gonna be going to my like little cave or some shit. But you know what I'm saying? But like,
it's different. If the guys is over, you shouldn't even want to be sitting there.
What the fuck
if that's not the vibe, if that's not what's happening, why do you want to be sitting in the guy's face?
Listen.
Now it's one thing if you don't have a choice to share a space.
Okay,
you got a fucking studio or some shit. Like I want to be company too, shit. But if you have something else you could be doing, why are you sitting here?
Man, look, I've always said like this. That's not the vibe. For the simple fact that you go see your mans or your mans go see you. At the end of the day, this is what I don't get. Well, I'm sorry, I'm going on one gun and woman.
We're gonna move off of this one.
We are after this. We're gonna move over to Phil Jackson, but a man, a man. But look, so this is what I don't get. It's just like, fuck, man. Fuck it, man. We can go to Phil Jackson.
You sure?
I was what the fuck I was finna say. I don't know what I was finna say. But yeah, we can go over to Phil Jackson. I still didn't catch up and see what he said exactly. The script.
Oh man, you made me feel like a slacker. Racist. You made me feel like a slacker. I didn't get it. I wanted to read that shit.
It's all good, man. But look, I was gonna let y'all know right now why he
say your piece on it. Yeah.
I got this. We got it. I just want to say this right now. While he looking this stuff up, yes, we going back to some episodes we just does sometimes because we know. Matter of fact, we gonna do a poll. Do y'all like just us or do y'all like us and other people?
Yeah, right? Let's definitely do a poll for that. Let's definitely do a poll for that.
Man, go find the stuff. I'm speaking to the people. So we're gonna do a poll for that as well. Also, Copper Drop episode 3.5. Check it out. It's dropping on Sunday night or Monday morning. Make sure y'all tune in. We need more comments, y'all. We see y'all subscribing. We see y'all texting us. We see y'all sending us inboxes on Facebook. Inbox the comments, okay? Comment.
Say how you feel under the video.
Right. You know what else y'all could do? If y'all diehard fans, download the shit. Even if you don't keep it, delete it. Download and delete it. Help us. Help us with our numbers, all right? And we got that CC merch coming soon. You ready?
Yeah. I can't find it, man. I'm not gonna be able to pull it up right now. But I do have a what's the word? I know so many words, and when I need to use them, I forget them. Paraphrase. I can paraphrase what he said, and it, so if y'all ain't know, Scottie Pippen has been going hard. I think most of it is to promote his book and his whiskey. I think it's a whiskey.
He got whiskey too.
Yeah, he got and I'm gonna buy the fuck out of it. I'm gonna buy that shit. I think it's a whiskey. Yeah. He got a new alcohol. He got a book coming, and he's basically been on a press run talking about, you know, his career and what he's experienced and stuff. This man just called Phil Jackson racist. Now, everybody's first instinct is to be like, Phil ain't racist. He coached Michael. Phil ain't racist. He only worked with black teams. Phil ain't, well, every team black. He only worked with, you know, star players always black, blah, blah, blah. I think anybody would not, especially because we respect Phil. You know what I'm saying? So I think everybody's first thing is to jump and say that. And even if we keep Scotty trying to promote his book and his alcohol, let's say that's still a factor. Phil Jackson in his own book has said questionable things about black people. If anybody else knows, it's in his book. I think 11 Rings. I think that's the book. I don't know if he wrote more than that, but he has a book. First of all, Scotty said that he trashed Kobe in the book, but also straight from his book, he has passages, excerpts where you could read. He's saying like, you know, I think that black players are more selfish players, and their white counterparts aren't as selfish because of the environment they grew up in. You know, that we listen to so much hip hop that it becomes part of our being, and that's why we're so aggressive and blah blah blah. He said,
Scotty said,
no. Phil Jackson said this in his book. Phil Jackson said these things in the book that he wrote, and Scotty said he feels like Phil is racist because he's worked with him for X amount of years. And, you know, in the interview, he would try to refute, like, he's like, oh, well, no, he's not. When Scotty was telling why he felt like he was being racist towards him, he was like, oh, you know, that's just being a coach. Or he was like, that's just whatever the word he used, not racist, another white man. He's like, well, you speaking for somebody that watched. I worked with him. I was in the circle with him. You know, me personally, I'm not discounting Scotty. I think there's a lot of, the reason I don't is because I think there's more to gain than lose with Michael Jackson. Jordan, like, I think if Michael felt that way or witnessed it, I think saying it wouldn't benefit him. I think it'll bring it'll bring him unwanted attention. Michael don't want unwanted attention. Yeah, he don't want attention. I
don't think Michael gonna even.
He don't want attention. Right. Mike don't want all that shit. So even if he felt that way, he wouldn't put that out there. So that's one thing. So we can't use that as criteria. Kobe, more or less the same. I don't think Kobe wanted that type of energy. Mm-hmm. Scotty don't have nothing to lose. Let's say it is to promote his book. That's a very big accusation to put out if it ain't true or holds any type of merit.
Yeah, that book is not gonna put Scotty nowhere that he ain't right now. It ain't like that book gonna.
You don't think it's gonna
so much money that?
Yeah, no, it ain't.
Yeah, Scotty's already good, especially when you got this reemergence of all these retro sneakers popping up. Copper drop. Scotty got one of the cleaner retros. When he retros, it's gonna do okay.
Yeah,
you know?
No, he good.
Scotty's a legend. He's got easily one of the top 20 selling jerseys, NBA jerseys. That Pippen jersey with the stripes on there is easily one of the top 20. I ain't gonna say top 10. It's up there. If it ain't top 20, it's up there.
It's definitely top 20.
It's up there. That's like it. Scotty.
I wanted a Pippen jersey before Mike, but that's just not how it worked out.
Jersey slap.
I wanted the Pippen jersey
more than the Mike too.
Yeah.
It's slap, man.
I wanted it because I just feel like he don't get the respect he deserves.
Yeah.
That's my reason. I was like, man, everybody could, you know, it's easy to get a Jordan jersey, but I'm like, motherfuckers just act like Scotty wasn't Scotty.
Yeah. Scotty is what he's a Hall of Famer. Scotty is gonna be A-okay. When all said and done, if Scotty ever went there, bro, all Scotty gotta do is go on a podcast.
At this point, motherfuckers gonna listen. And his voice is cool too. So it's like he talks slow as shit, but he gonna have to work on that. But his voice is smooth, so it's like I'll listen to a Scottie Pippen podcast.
Hey, it's a rumor that he's my cousin, man. Like my great grandma used to say that's my cousin.
You serious too, ain't you?
Serious as fuck, man.
I was gonna say I feel like you serious.
They said that he was my cousin, and I never met him before. They said that my grandma said that he was my cousin somehow. Well, Chris Chris Webber is our cousin for real though. I ain't never met him.
It's funny
but
you say that because I feel like
family.
I knew somebody that was cousins with Chris Webber.
Yeah, so they got.
I went to school with Antoine Walker, little brother. If that
Wait, which school was this?
Seton.
Oh, he went there?
Walker, yeah, little brother. That nigga look just like him too.
Yeah, did he play ball?
Yeah, he hooped.
Oh, okay.
He wasn't weak. Okay. He wasn't, superstar, but he wasn't weak.
Yeah. But yeah, yeah, man. I don't want to just jump off the back and say Scottie telling the truth, but like this Scottie Pippen, this ain't nobody that's just never been no troll like that or nothing. Like I'll listen. I'm ready to listen. Shit.
Yeah, I'm ready to listen. That's the thing. I'm not saying he's telling all the truths that we don't know, but I will listen to him, and I really do anticipate this book.
He's a big Hall of Famer that got a lot more to lose if he lying than if he not. It's like
because it's like because it's like it'll be easy to drop Scottie for people if he bullshitting.
Yeah, and like
it's
I said,
people ready. You said what?
He not dead. Phil Jackson can easily defend himself. He not dead.
Yeah,
it's not like he could just he just throwing shit. Like if Phil hears some shit, he's like, oh, let me rebuttal this or you know what I'm saying.
But like I said, people probably gonna jump in. Nah, he ain't racist, but the shit is in his book, and I'm like, okay, that's very questionable and very bold. It's weird though. It's like, damn, you said this comfortably. And they let you go through that with editing and all that shit. Like they said, publish this shit. It's kind of weird, but I wish I could pull it up for you.
I don't even like the fact that Phil said. He said that it makes black people more aggressive, like hip hop.
The hip hop, he referenced hip hop as to why we behave the way we have. Exactly. So it's just like,
that's
damn,
why you
like.
can't...
So now I'm like, damn, Scottie may not be bullshitting. He may not.
Most racist people, they think small-minded like that. They think on some one-size-fits-all type of shit. They don't really think of shit fully as an entirety.
And
like that.
And a misconception of racism is people think like, oh, if you're racist, you ain't gonna want to have nothing to do with black people. But racist white people was raping black people.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? They was having children with them. You know, they would make them up to look a certain way. You know what I'm saying? Like, it don't mean you gonna be like every black woman ugly. Especially if a motherfucker making you money.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, it's plenty of people you watch.
Why would you go out like that?
They be on these interviews and they be like, "Well, I like working with." Like they're like, "I work with him, but he ain't my friend," and they're like, "I don't really fuck with him." Like you ain't gotta fuck with nobody you like. I done seen niggas that hated each other do records together and shit like that.
Yeah, man. Type shit. So
because they know what
money.
The impact may be. It's bigger than, you know what I'm saying, just your little mindset. You know what I'm saying?
Because think about it, bro. Say you had an opportunity. You hate Joe Budden. If that nigga invited you on his podcast,
I'm right on that motherfucker.
Why the fuck wouldn't you go?
I'm right on that motherfucker.
So what I'm saying,
I'm gonna tell him the positive shit I like about him.
You gonna lie like a motherfucker?
I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna tell him.
No, it's not a lie because you're gonna say what you like. Actually, it's not a lie.
But I'm not versus me going right on there with the shit I don't like, and that's why I'm getting a new Twitter before I get bigger. I don't want y'all to do it.
They gonna cancel you.
They cancel. Cause so many rappers. It's so many rappers and shit that I'd be like, I don't like their music and shit like that. And I'll be looking at entertainers and shit, and they don't really do that. They just
you can't just be. You can't be that blunt.
I found out I said that on the last episode, I think with Larry, when I was saying like
like what are you offering to the world?
Yeah, when you just saying some shit. Like I remember my old Facebook. That's why I didn't look at my memories honestly, because I used to just be saying shit and I just be like, why you fucking
bro, my memories, I was such an angry nigga, man. One day we gonna post like some old memories and we be like ashamed of who we used to be. Whenever you come across one, post it on the page, and I'm gonna do the same.
One of these episodes, we could just save them and then
read them.
Look at the growth.
Look at the growth and read. We could read them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's just start now. Maybe by next week we'll have enough. Like, hope maybe I don't know. 2 weeks. Screenshot all the memories of us being wild.
Okay. So next we got
Sha'Carri. It's Sha'Carri. I just found out. I thought Sha'Carri is Sha'Carri.
Hold on. Wait, this Lil Al right here, y'all. Lil Al is my son.
You can say that without a rebuttal.
Son.
What's up?
You live right now.
He let you call him son.
You said what?
She trying to go down the stairs, babe.
You said you finna go downstairs?
He said he finna slide, boy.
Okay, well, yeah, you can hop on a cop and drop if you want to. All right, man. You need to. I'm finna see the address. All right. That's my son bringing my granddaughter, y'all. I ain't seen it in a minute, man. You know what I'm saying?
Funny as hell.
But what the fuck? Okay, what you say her name was, bro? Because I don't want to butcher her. Sha'Carri Richardson. Man, look, I'm gonna go ahead and lead on this one because I done had so much going on with my thoughts of this, right? So for one, I kind of felt good at one moment because if y'all didn't know, I'm trying to get I basically got a new job. Basically, I ain't tell you or nobody either. So it was the first time even. But I'm gonna tell you some details too. You gonna be like, my nigga. But yeah, fuck. So yeah, I'm trying to get this job, and of course they got the drug test, and the whole time I'm just like, man, this is stupid. I'm like, I don't like how this has nothing to do with the Olympics. My whole stance is just marijuana as a whole. Like, it's just I was like, this is dumb. We got legal weed, but you can't go get a job. You told us it's okay, but it's kind of not okay. It's kind of like you telling the kid like you can go outside, but when you come back in, you can't watch TV. You can't. It's like you being punished. You can't watch TV. You can't play the game. You got to go to bed early. But you just said I could, and you didn't mind. Like, so what the fuck? Like, and my homeboy that's actually a nurse, he got hired as a nurse at another hospital, and all they had him do was sign this paper that promised he wouldn't come to work high. And I was like,
I feel like that's fair.
I was like, that's fair. I was like, I could live with that. And that's when I got a little hope. I was like, well, maybe in a year or two, all the jobs will come through this. And then it got me angry because I'm just like, man, if I go right here to Indiana, I don't got that same treatment. If I get caught with some weed, I can go get my car towed and some more shit. And I just got upset about how they treat marijuana. Like, I don't sit here and I don't get on nothing and be like, I hate niggas that drink alcohol, and even on the episode, I've told you, I'm like, if a nigga gonna smoke a cigarette, like they gonna smoke it. Like I ain't really out here like ban that shit or nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? If a nigga gonna do it, let him do it. Y'all letting all this shit get through opioids and all these prescription drugs, but marijuana is still held as highly as it is. And y'all, even with the promise that you won't come to work high, it's like, this is what I don't get. You making people promise because one, you not even gonna be able to tell if they high. You just want them to just promise, like because you wouldn't be able to tell like that. So that let you know that
on the person for sure.
It ain't let you know that like weed is probably not doing shit, but you don't do no shit with no opioid. Where niggas out here got to take all these you know how many people out here that have to take shit like Xanax and shit like that. Motherfucker get shot in his leg and his bone broke. He taking Xanaxes or Vicodin or some shit like that. You don't tell that nigga like, hey, make sure you don't take no script before you come to work. You don't tell no nigga, make sure you don't tell no nigga at no bar like, hey, sign this waiver so make sure you ain't drinking while you at work, you around alcohol. You actually around the substance. You ain't doing that. You doing all this shit behind some fucking marijuana. That don't do nothing like, Julian, this is what I'm doing from here on out. If you want to have a deep discussion with me and you on my Facebook or some shit, pull up to my phone. I'm not gonna debate you in my comments. Like I told Julian, I said
when I saw it, I was like, that's a lot to have to reply to.
I was like, yeah, call me. Julian still ain't called me yet. Cause Julian, Julian my man. I'm not going on but nothing like that. But Julian sent me a message talking about some the traits of of marijuana and cocaine. And crack.
He was saying it's like, addictive.
Saying it's addictive and some more shit. And then he was like, I just sent this so you can read it. I said, bro, I do not need to read it for this conversation right here, bro. Like anything you do that you do a lot can have some type of negative side effect. If you go to the gym every as it's scheduled, right, and you getting pumped up,
you can't go to the gym constantly.
No, I mean like as regularly as you should as well. That's why I said like if you go as regularly as you should, right, and then you stop, what happens? You're going to have an effect. Your muscles are going to decrease. All that stuff is nothing that you do a whole lot is not going to have some type of effect on you. You know what I'm saying? You can't go drink alcohol every day of your life and then just be like, I want to stop and get clean. You might fucking die doing that shit. Yeah. You can't go do pills. So that's dumb for you to sit here and say anything you do every day is going to have, of course, you're doing it every day. It's a part of your life.
It's part of your lifestyle.
If you're doing it that consistent, it's a part of your lifestyle. So I can't even really sit here and say that because I see
because it'll fuck with you mentally regardless. Regardless,
yeah,
gonna fuck with you mentally, maybe physically.
I see people all the time that I know smoke as much as me. Lil Al is a perfect example. This nigga can just stop smoking, bro. Just stop smoking, and he be like, "Yeah, I'm done after the day," and he's just not smoking for 4 months. So for you to be saying it's an addictive thing, Lil Al smoke way bigger blunts than me. Lil Al smoke just as much as me. You know what I'm saying? So I can't really. That's why I say like Julian is speaking from a smoker's perspective.
He never smoked, did he?
Never seen this, and if he did, it wasn't a whole lot. You know what I'm saying? But I'm finna get off Julian in a minute. But my whole point was like, that shit is dumb, man. Y'all might as well just let the reins of marijuana go. Going further, Sha'Carri Richardson tested positive for marijuana, and they say she got suspended for, I think, a month. You know what I'm saying? I know that has nothing to do with the United States or nothing like that, but in my mind, I'm just sitting here like, what the fuck is the marijuana doing? If anything, you should feel embarrassed if you got beat by her. If anything, it literally didn't make her run faster. It didn't make her muscles grow. It didn't give her some super. Somebody said one thing.
I was gonna say I saw an argument.
She said what they said that marijuana can
recovery.
What muscle recovery?
I heard it can help increase muscle recovery because your body's relaxed.
But at the same time, they don't ban them fucking legs or them oxygen tanks, do they? You can definitely go get in the fucking. Kobe went and bought these.
I don't know nothing about that.
Oh, you never seen those legs, the little sleeves for your legs you put on? Motherfucker help regenerate your legs like 2-3 times as fast, G. And you can go get they biochronic.
Well, see, that ain't a drug, but that's technically
it's not a drug.
Not natural. I don't know if that's what they're trying to avoid.
You can go get, I don't know, but I'm pretty sure you can go. It's nothing crazy. It's not nothing like you got to go see a special person. And no, you just.
No, I get what you're saying.
It's got like this fresh oxygen. It's this fresh oxygen thing. You know what I'm saying? They got these tanks. You can go get in as a civilian. You can go get in and they help with depression and all of that shit. So you shouldn't be, you can go do all of this.
And honestly, that's a matter of resources too, which is technically unfair.
What
the resources somebody can have access to.
It all depends on how hard you want to go.
The fastest runner in fucking Russia may not have the resources as Sha'Carri. So like take the weed out of it, or the Russian or Sha'Carri has better coaches because they have the money to afford it. Is that not making it unfair? Like this is just me just thinking. You know, like I know. But
that's just like saying like you let's say you're the number one NBA player and you get drafted and you go to an ass team. It's not your fault that y'all can't get a ship. You know what I'm saying? That's not, you chose to go there. You know what I'm saying? You chose to go there.
Well, you don't choose where you get drafted.
I mean, you could, there's ways you of course you can't choose where you're going, you know what I'm saying, like that, but you can have some insight, a lot of influence in where you could be talking big like, oh, you could have 2 ass teams, right? And they could have something where they could trade to get you. But you could be speaking so highly on this team that another team like I ain't gonna touch him because it's not worth it. Yeah. Once he get a chance to get a free, this is where he's going. Like LeBron, he made it.
He can go where the fuck he want.
Yeah, he can, but you see, he made it noted that like, so nobody else would even try to have interest in this nigga. Yeah, I want to go to Los Angeles. I want to, you know what I'm saying? And it can happen like that. That's how it happens like that with my bad, but basically, I don't know how good other countries may have, you know, as with their resources and that like that, but I'm sure there's a top dog out there. I'm sure, especially if it's that ass out there, there's only one top dog. I'm sure in your mind you're like, that's where I gotta be. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's simpler. Like I done seen this play out in so many different situations. I don't mean to get long-winded, but like even rappers do that shit. Like rappers be like, no, I'm definitely, like K-Dot was like, oh, I'm definitely going to top dog. Like he could go to it. He could
go anywhere you want.
Still at top dog, man. So it's just a matter of your personal choice, because you know what the fuck is over there. That's why you chose over there. Cause it's just like with the women. It's like what these niggas got to offer that these niggas ain't got. They got this, so I'm gonna slide over here. But yeah, man, it's like if you sign, like she signed to Nike too. Nike didn't drop her because that's how big of a deal this shit is. Nike said we keeping her. You know what I'm saying? And what got me upset was it was people on there talking about some the rules is the rules. Okay, keep that same energy when you get pulled over for some bullshit. The rules is the rules. Keep that same energy when you get You get wrote up at work for some bullshit. Keep that same energy when you overdraft your account and you call the bank and say, "Can I get my money?"
They be pissed.
No, the rules is the rules.
Motherfuckers be so mad at overdraft fees when it be them. And I'm like, bro, when I spend money, I've never overdrafted a day in my life. And I'll be like, what are y'all upset about? Y'all be mad they took more money because you ain't got money, but y'all know that y'all not supposed to do this. I know that I don't never know the exact dollar amount of my money, but I know a rougher amount to where I ain't gonna spend more.
But you know what happens? What happens is like everybody don't like sometimes. I know you seen the Spotify joke, right? Where like, okay, this is how the shit happens.
Well, I know shit get taken out later and shit, like especially if you use checks.
Taken out later.
Especially if you use checks.
And then it's a certain. See, it's not the next day. Some people might be thinking like, well, I got money coming in the next day, right? It don't always work like that. Bank of America, they take whatever it is at 7. If you don't have that shit zeroed out at least by 7 o'clock, then you're gonna get an overdraft fee.
Well, that also plays into people spending their last dollar. I've never been one to do that. I'll never spend to the point where I have $6 in my account. Like that's unacceptable.
But everybody ain't like that though.
No, you're right. You're right. You're right. But to me, that's the problem. Why are y'all spending until the last cent that you have? That's what's crazy to me.
I just seen somebody on Facebook say,
"Shit, we 30 G. That's understandable at like 21."
Yeah, but I see somebody. They say, "I'm so glad I ain't getting $400." Like you don't know nobody's situation. That's just like saying,
I don't. I'm not trying to judge.
Why y'all broke? It's just like how can you accept a nigga being broke, but a nigga not being almost broke?
Because if you broke, you know how to spend your money.
No, I'm saying like you can accept a nigga like, I ain't got no money, but if a nigga be like, I got $6. You like,
cause the nigga with no money know that he either gonna have to
he spent his $6. What are you talking about?
But at least he ain't getting negative. It's like I ain't got nothing. Versus
but at the same time,
I spent 50 even though I only had 42. To me, that's way more irresponsible than if you
that don't happen. That's not how the bank things happen because a lot of bank cards, they won't even allow you to make the purchase. They just decline it. So
that's true too, but the ones that don't.
Them cheap bank cards, I get on them niggas anyway. Them niggas that got chime and shit like that. Y'all niggas wild for having that wild ass shit. Y'all motherfuckers got a currency exchange a debit card. Get the fuck out of here, son. Y'all did that shit to y'all.
You deserve every bit of that.
While I'm sitting here talking about these overdraft fees, if y'all call these real banks, Bank of America, Chase, whoever, if you call them, you can they'll erase the shit, G. They'll
at least the fee.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. The fee. They'll give you because the fees be the reason why it's a big deal is because the fees are so hefty, right? So like $35 at Bank of America every time. So imagine, let's say if you like with Target, when I had letting you use the discount and shit. Whenever I would do that, the shit wouldn't come out of my account till like 5 or some days later. So if I'm not checking my account, you know what I'm saying? I could just be sitting here chilling. Then the next morning, cause I know what I spent. The next morning, I'm just like 1, 2, 3, 35, 35, 35, 30. That shit could get ugly as fuck. You know what I'm saying? Cause you didn't really check your account. It's almost like writing a check. That's how ugly it is with some of these.
But I always gave you the money as soon as we spent it.
You do, but it don't come out your account. Like if I do that shit on Thursday.
Oh, you mean you don't get it that same? Damn.
No,
I always get my shit right away.
I'm using the Target card. That shit don't come out.
Oh, the Target card. Okay. That's why.
So if you don't be sitting there just remembering, like, because it happened to me before. I'd be sitting there like, I know I got like some money. Now I'm like, fuck, Target didn't take this shit yet.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But outside of that, I just really don't understand like why. Like I was telling your sister, right? I said you can really go in the NBA, and we just was talking about these NBA players getting injured. Like outside of them getting injured, you can go play 45 minutes, all the hardest physical thing you've done in your whole life. Like these niggas playing hard as fuck. You can go do that, lead a game, smoke a cigar, big as fuck. But you can't go smoke a joint.
That's crazy when you think about it.
Don't make sense.
It's like that cigar is way more damaging to what's making y'all money than the weed. Like me being healthy matters to so many more people than just myself. Yet I can smoke this.
And I only say this because how many times there's a whole picture of Mike with a cigar in his mouth after he won a ship.
Mm-hmm. Granted, the shit was over though. At least at that point, it was over.
Yeah, but you also got players when you listen to their stories on, like even Matt Barnes, when you hear them talking about after the game, we went out to this club and had all these drinks and did this. Just like,
that don't give you the best sleep.
That's perfectly fine, but like
well rest.
A little weed. And like me personally, like I said, I've had
some people smoke weed to sleep.
Me, I smoke weed all day, but that's how it started. That's how it started. I swear to God, that's how it started because I could not go to sleep. But outside of us being personal, Sha'Carri just lost her mother, right? So you just had the biggest moment in your life, followed by the biggest sadness of your life.
Mm-hmm.
How you gonna tell somebody how to deal with that?
How to deal with that, man?
And then she young. It's people talking about you should have knew the Olympics was a bigger goal. I'm just like, son, her family didn't even. She's learned on TV. She's learned on fucking TV. Yeah, and I'm not saying that that's okay to go smoke weed, but I'm just saying like, you can't tell nobody how to cope, man, at all. Because
think about it, you just found that shit out the way she found out. Why is she thinking about the Olympics and the rules?
She ain't thinking about.
She's not thinking about that shit.
Everybody sit here and talk about like how devastating it is gonna be when their parent die, and y'all know it's devastating. And y'all, what the fuck you think this person gonna? Y'all done watch people shut down, right? On movies, y'all done heard about people shutting down. We all know somebody that done lost a parent at this point, and we done seen. I saw somebody who it wasn't even their parent. They was on Facebook like, yo, I'm not even myself right now. Like, just bear with me. How the fuck you gonna imagine what it is for like and then even if you say like she wasn't living with her parent, you know that's what hurt more. Cause now in your head as a person that didn't have a parent,
so much.
You like, I'll never have a parent. It's like the opportunity is escape. You know what I'm saying? Yep. And that's one thing that made me get a better relationship with my parents. I was like, I'm gonna die. Well, one of them gonna die, and I'm just never gonna have a parent. They never gonna know. You know how fucking it's a dude we know. I tell you about him. He be on Facebook saying he be like all the time. He gets sad. He be like, man, my mom gone, and I just never forgave her. He's like, he like that shit hunt me every day. He like I can never tell her sorry, nigga. Man, come on, man. Y'all better stop acting ignorant, bro, for real. Cause that's big, man. Nigga sit here and cry tears and not go to work if they OG get COVID. And she could make it out of there possibly. Yeah, you talking about motherfucker never coming back?
Yeah, like my thing is, it was like, okay, I get rules is rules, whatever. I just, at that point, it made me realize the lack of humanity we show in a lot of things. Because me personally, I'm racing against Sha'Carri. First of all, we know she's cold already. I know that she's cold. She smoked weed because her mama passed. I don't think as a human I'm intimidated or would be like, that's unfair.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not finna, like, as a human being, because to be honest, let's be 1,000 about the shit. You gonna think she gonna lose if she just lost her mama and had to race. So you don't give a fuck what she do because it's either gonna not do shit or make her worse. That's your mindset of the whole situation. As somebody that had to go against her, you either gonna do worse or do exactly whatever you was gonna do anyway because you cold. So think about it. You hear about you finna play LeBron and you just heard somebody he loved pass, God forbid. You not finna be pressed about drugs. He ain't finna take steroids. You know what I'm saying? Like, and if you do, you might get caught. And if you don't, that shit gonna fuck you up because you ain't used to it. So whatever the fuck you gonna do is either gonna be to my gain or your detriment. So at this point, man, like I said, I get that that's the rule. I'm not saying change the rules. I just don't. I am saying change the rules because I don't like that. I don't like that that's the rule. I don't. It's not that you shouldn't suspend her because if that's the rules, if that's what's written in ink, then that's what's written in ink, and you violate it, then that's what happens. But the fact that it is a thing, y'all gotta stop. That shit probably old, and they didn't think it would really like you said. It's time, right? It's time just time
to let it go. Cause y'all got bigger shit. This is how you know they just need to check, bro. Did you see about the swim caps?
Yes, and I didn't want to believe it,
bro. It's absolutely true. They said they can't wear the swim caps because they're not designed. Okay,
black people or people?
Black people. They said the swim caps are not designed for the shape of the body or something like that.
What?
But it's like we got way more hair. The density of our hair is so different. I was just gonna say,
hair literally could hold you back. Like if it's flow. Say you got locks or just long hair, that shit will pull you back if you're swimming.
And the thing is this: imagine you remember how much hair you had.
Yes,
you can fit that in a regular swim cap.
No,
that's the problem. That's the problem we face.
I literally couldn't. Couldn't.
And that's the problem. They're telling these African Americans that their hair is they can fit it in a regular swim cap, and we
because
just like,
it's so thick.
If you have natural hair,
the issue is
it's not
certain swim cap.
They didn't want. It's a black owned swim cap that they wanted the black people wanted to wear because it allowed them to wear their natural hair in there.
Gotcha.
So like if you got a perm and shit, your hair is laid down like white people's, right?
Right.
It's got the same texture. I'm not being racist. It's got that same thin, laid straight down, flat texture. Yeah. But if you don't have that, which a lot of people don't now, like you said, we have locks. A lot of women have regular ponytails without the fucking perm. You got people with just afros and shit like that, short, and now they can't really do shit with their hair because it can't fit in the swim cap. And then when they made a swim cap for them, and y'all said, "Nah, you can't wear that one." That's stupid.
I got to see the swim cap because the picture I saw was a white person, but it said black people. It said black people, but the picture I saw was a white person.
Now the black swim cap is a little bit bigger, but it's just like just like the weed. If anything, it's more at a disadvantage for them because if it's bigger and it's not like the free form of like I guess whatever y'all say the body's supposed to be, that's on them. It's harder for them to move because the what's the word I'm looking for? The water don't fly off them the way that it should. And if they still beat you, you should feel like shit.
Like, yeah, come on, it's not doing anything to gain an advantage.
It's nothing to gain an advantage.
And then the thing is, look at it like this. Say that person tried to turn around and be like, "Oh, I was at a disadvantage because of my swim cap." You could be like, "Well, that's your fault.
That's your choice.
That's your choice." Because at that point, there's nothing to argue. You chose to do this.
Now make them sign a waiver for that shit.
Exactly. Make them sign a waiver for that. All right. You can't turn around and contest this the final because of your damn swim cap. Whatever. Shit. And if that's what they want to sign, then they can sign it. If not, you don't race. That's more fair.
I wonder if you went to my bad.
You good?
I wonder if you went to a marathon and some Tim's on. But they'd be like, you can't race.
I want to wear these.
I'm wearing these, right? I promise I think all of the athletes they're gonna be like, well, if that's what that nigga wanna do.
I don't care. Let him go.
Let him. Let East New York wear that shit. Let them wear that shit.
Oh shit! Talking about it's the Winter Olympics. They want to wear their Timbs. Let them wear their Timbs.
So man, it's just like that's how all the rest of the Olympians. If I was another Olympian, I'd be like, no, let them wear that shit, bro. Let them wear that shit. Let them wear it.
Want to smoke some weed? Fuck it. Go ahead.
Let her smoke that little weed.
She gonna think she moving fast. Let her wear it. Let her smoke it.
Her ass. And then speaking outside of her, the girl, Shelby Houlihan tested positive for steroid nandrolone. I can't pronounce shit. This is the reason why I put it in there, bro. She blamed this shit on a pork burrito.
Wait,
she said that's how she got
what?
He's an Olympian that runs, and she said the reason why she got
tested. Now you saying she?
She. I said she.
Oh.
I said the reason why she said she tested positive was because she ate a pork burrito.
Positive for steroids?
For steroids. She said it came from a pork burrito.
There are steroids put in certain foods, but I don't know if it show up.
Is nandrolone, and they basically laughed at her, bro. Like the fuck, what you call basically laughed at her. Come on, a pork burrito.
Do you know what she does in the Olympics?
She run, but I don't know what distance she run. But she run. But my thing is this, like, if there was a steroid in there, just think about how much burrito you would have had to eat for that shit to come out.
Come up. Yeah, like,
come up. Like,
I'm sitting here like,
if
damn.
that's the case, it's just like THC. I don't know if y'all know, but when you get tested for marijuana, right, they give you a certain percentage of THC to be, you know, it's not just like 0 THC in your urine. You can have up to like point something. You know what I'm saying? It's like, it can happen any kind of fucking way. You know how much fucking secondhand smoke you would have to inhale to test dirty for a piss test? You know how much fucking pork burrito you gotta eat to have this shit in your system for the pull up on an Olympic scale? Bro, you was eating nothing but pork burritos, man. Come on, man. That shit wild as hell, man.
It's
like,
fuck, G.
It's some crazy shit going on this season, man. So many people talking about it's two black women from, I forgot where. They're not from here, they're from another country. They disqualified, not disqualified. They backed out of like the 400-meter dash because they said that they was in fear of getting tested positive for too much something, man. Fuck, I didn't put that in my notes. But yeah, it's just a lot of or maybe this is my first time paying attention to this shit. But man, there's a lot of shit going on this Olympics. I don't know if niggas just been out during quarantine just trying shit. Like
you just made me. Wait, was you finna wrap up or no?
Yeah, just about.
Okay. You said, Nick, it's a lot of shit going on, bro. I'm sorry I'm going way back to the first subject, but y'all need to know this because it's relevant and I forgot to bring it up. There was just a story recently of a man that got accused of rape. He was at a club with a girl. Try to sum this up. He was at a club with a girl. There's video footage of him at the club, outside of the club, and in this woman's dorm or condo, right? There's footage at all these places. The same girl they both were drunk. She was all over him, kissing on him in camera, grabbing all over him, being very aggressive sexually. And he's in the interview like, yeah, she wanted to, we was talking, we was drunk, you know, but not incoherent. We wanted to have sex with each other. And we did go to her place and we had sex. Next day, she accuses him of rape. She accused him of rape. And police evidence, they have a reasonable doubt to say that, no, he didn't rape you. So whatever y'all did in that room, he's not getting charged with anything. Thankfully, because of the cameras. Otherwise, he would have been in fucking trouble, right?
So wait, what happened? You said, well, I heard you, but I didn't. You said, how did she end up saying she raped? She just woke up and found out they had sex?
The next day.
And she said that.
And she said they had sex. If I can find it, I probably will. I can clip it in here, and you can hear the little segment of him telling what happened. She said he raped her. And through all that footage of at the club, outside the club, at the dorm, they said, no, this woman was drunk. They both were drunk, but she was on him. Like, if anything, he could have got raped. And you can see it. She's that drunk white girl all over somebody, kissing on him, rubbing on him, touching on him, all that shit. She was doing all of that. Get in the room, he rapes her, so according to her. And so now she's like, he raped me, whatever. He gets off because of the footage, but the school kicked him out. School don't care because they don't want to be attached to it. Yeah. This is exactly what I'm talking about with men are just guilty and they don't give a fuck. Yeah. There's footage of this woman being all over him that it's enough of a reasonable doubt to say he didn't rape her. And he's kicked out of school and they don't want nothing to do with him just because she said this, even though he's not getting charged with anything.
The only thing I could say that I wouldn't say that, but because of the simple fact like you could have got in there, anything could happen. You just always gotta leave
very that true. G.
She could have just been like, that's almost like when they be like, well, since just because I did this and this didn't mean I want to fuck.
No, bro, that doesn't negate it. But the thing is, what changed? You get what I'm saying? Like, it could be like, maybe I didn't want anal and you wanted to go anal type shit. I don't know what it is. Yeah, we don't know, but it's the simple fact that you was on this man. It's like, but think about it, bro. If that's the logic, everybody could run around and say they got raped. If we gonna go off of they wanted you then, but not now, anybody could say they got raped. If we did that shit, nobody would look at us. Nobody would say
what? If they wanted me to wait, so you've been somewhere and you've been getting touched all on and shit, then you got home and she was like, I don't want to fuck, and you fucked anyway?
No, I said no, if we were the woman. Like, if that's the logic we're gonna go off of, if we see that somebody's been sexually on this person all night, you know what I'm saying? And I'm not denying that he could have done it, but it's just like, if we always just gonna believe what they say, everybody can get it. Everybody at this point, everybody get locked up. Every man. And then it's like every man could get locked up. And then it's like, what if we turn around and start saying we got raped? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It's not impossible. So what if we turn around and start saying we got raped? Would y'all believe us? Would y'all say believe all men? You know what I'm saying? It's just not fair. It's just not fair. And I'm not, like you said, you get in there and like, she could even be like, oh shit, his dick little. I don't want to fuck no more. And he still try to fuck. Like, that very well could happen. But it's just like, was there force involved? You know, the rape kits test that type of shit.
That's why I would rather I'm not taking nobody's side. I'm just gonna,
unless you get some facts.
That's why I would want to know what happened, what they said in court that they said happened in the room.
They didn't even go to court because they said it wasn't enough for them to think that he did it. They didn't go to court. He was just like, you know, we're not finna carry this. I'm just saying, she was all on him. And then, like, because women have buyer's remorse all the time. It's a thing. But I think it's bogus to say it's rape. And
I just want to know what happened in the room. That's as a cop. If I was a cop, that's what I would. But not the videotape. Because imagine like your daughter coming home, and you know she might have been frisky, and she like, well, I was. She just tell you like, yeah, I was touching on him, but we went in the room, and then he raped me. Like you're not gonna be like, well,
you're right. No, you're absolutely right. You know? You're absolutely right, G. But at the same time, I think a lot of men, and including myself, we've had instances of we think shit is okay, and then they turn around and be like, "Nah, it wasn't okay." A lot of men won't admit it, but it's the truth. It's like,
you said, "Wait, what?"
Some men won't admit it. You be like when the situation was happening to you, it's like, everything seemed copacetic, and then they turn around and be like, nah, it wasn't good. You know what I'm saying? Like, I had a roommate get kicked out in college. He got kicked out of college because a girl said he did something to her. And I had enough reason to believe that he didn't, because she was next door to us. She claimed it was all this wrestling and fighting, and I didn't hear none of that shit. Yeah. She claimed it was a tussle, and I'm next door, and I didn't hear any of it.
Well, me personally,
I know, and I've even dealt with. I've never been accused of raping a girl, but I've been through the whole. I thought everything was smooth, and she felt like it was one of those like, well, I did it because I felt like I was forced, and that's just, you know what I'm saying. Like, it wasn't like you raped me. It was like I didn't feel like I had to. You know what I'm saying? But that happens, and a lot of men, whether they want to admit it or not, go through that shit. You know what I'm saying? You really believe like you don't have no ill intentions. You just, you know what I'm saying? Y'all reading the situations just completely different.
Yeah. See, I think what saved me is I ain't saying that this happened with people that's drunk, but I've never like been around nobody that's been like drunk. Cause I don't like the smell on the breath and shit. So like, so I just be like, when them girls would try to come over after, it's just I get turned off. Like I don't want to even fuck. Cause
that makes sense.
I told you what it reminds me of. It reminds me of.
Neither of us was drunk in my situation.
That's why I said
that's what's even crazier.
Yeah. So I don't know, man. That's fucked up on that you both of y'all had the experience there, but thankfully I haven't. Nobody has said that to me yet. That because you know what, I had this one girl.
They didn't even hold it against me as a person because they understood where they fucked up.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. So they was
know
just,
you not know malicious.
Yeah, like that's not me. It was like if I read this wrong, then my bad. But
yeah,
I didn't.
Could have easily just been like. But you know, I had this one girl that they were saying was a thought, and she kind of was, but I didn't know that till afterwards and shit. But like even when I had started got with her, she was doing it, and I was like, I was reaching for her pants. I was like, you want to? She was like, yeah. And then like afterwards, she told me, she said, that turned me on a lot. I was like, what? She was like, cause she was like,
It's the same.
do you want me to? And I was like, that's crazy. I was like, that's insane that niggas is really just like, oh, I'm gonna get the pussy. Like, I just,
And
like, I don't even do that with my girl. I don't just be like claiming sex. Like,
that's what I'm saying. That was partially what happened, bro. It was like, she was like, stop or else I'm gonna do this in X, Y, and Z. And that was flirty to me.
you know,
it was like the terminology.
How she was using, she was like,
she
stop,
was like, oh, if you do that, I'm gonna do this. And I'm like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, you want some flirty, you know what I'm saying?
Why would she say that?
That's what I'm saying. And that's how the situation played out. And it was like, okay, so I continued doing X, Y, and Z. And it was like, all right, well, this is what's finna happen. And that's how I took the situation. You know what I'm saying? So, and she understood where she fucked up. So it's just like, I'm like, you know, I ain't, bro, I was the nigga that like did never force pussy on nobody, like force getting pussy. Like I had this is funny. This is real quick. This is a funny story. So it was a girl that I was messing with. She came to my crib or whatever. We was messing around and I thought we was finna fuck. And what happened was she got in my bed and she was like, she wanted to make out and rub on me and do all this tussling on the bed and kissing and all this. Soon as I get to start making more progress with the situation, no, we ain't having sex. I was like, what? It's like, we ain't having sex. I'm like, okay. So I stopped kissing her because I'm like, you're not finna just make me horny and then I'm gonna sit here and look at you. She wanted to keep making out. I was like, I don't get no. I'm like, get off. I'm like, I'm not even saying we gotta have sex, but you're not finna. We could watch a movie. I don't give a fuck. And I sat there and we watched the movie, bro. And she kept wanting to like rub on me. I'm like, we ain't gotta have sex, but you're not finna try to turn me on to not have sex.
I'm not even mad at you or nothing like that.
And bro, and that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm not finna force you or kick, but I ain't kick her out, but what I did do, she had to walk home the next morning. I did not take her home because I felt like you was doing way too much. You're not finna just turn me on to not have sex with me. You don't have to have sex with me. That's not the issue. I'm not forcing you to have sex because that was the first time we kicked it in my room, so I didn't care. So I understood. I'm like, okay, you don't have sex, but why the fuck are you trying to make out with me? To this extent. Like, it was just like, no.
What we said we was going to call the next episode, Look at the Growth.
Look at the growth. Yeah.
Mello used to be a savage, y'all. Y'all didn't know that, did y'all?
Bro, that's not even a piece of the slice of the cake.
I seen something like that on Facebook. This girl's like, she's like, nigga think he finna get some ass, he rub on my booty, you feel that pat. Yeah, nigga, we really watching a motherfucking movie. Yeah, man. I mean,
that's funny. But you do though. You rub ass, you feel the pat. You like, oh shit. Well, fuck that.
Yeah, but yeah, man. We gonna go ahead and close this one out. It's episode 58.5. Yeah. Cultural Conversations. Be safe. Make sure y'all get consent.
For certain.
Help make weed legal some way. Everybody sit here and send a government a letter or some shit. Do that.
You go. Speak to what you know, be open to what you don't. Remember, nothing applies to everyone but life and death. This is Cultural Conversations. Be safe.
Be safe.